It's Postman, liveoffbeats.com. First, please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to have so much good game and information for you as a music producer, especially if you're trying to get this bread, get this money. Also on how to make your beats better. So all of it goes hand in hand. Half of it is the great production. The other half is great marketing, sales, business, and branding. And understanding the back end as well, which is what we're going to be talking about in this little mini series I'm going to be doing for you, which is understanding the back end and the royalties. Because I noticed that a lot of producers out there are selling beats online, and what's happening is they don't really understand the back end, the publishing, royalties, mechanical royalties, sync royalties, and all the money that can be generated on the back end. So licensing fees, which is what you're doing when you sell beats online, most time when you're leasing beats, is good. But there's a big world out there as far as music in terms of the back end. So my philosophy is, make sure you subscribe too. My philosophy is that the business of music is just getting started when you sell the beat. So the business that's the beginning of the business. Most producers see it as the end. So let's say you go online and somebody, you got your beats on there, and somebody comes and purchases a beat from you. Now, most producers think that's where it ends. That's where the business ends. You got the money, they got the beat, have a good day. But for me, that's where it begins, because now there's so many back-end opportunities once they create the song, who owns the masters, making sure I get registered for the song as far as 50% of my of the songwriter credit goes to me in terms of the composer side. But it's all called songwriting. But it's, I wrote the composition of the music. The songwriter, whoever wrote the lyrics, it gets 50%, and making sure that it's registered. I got my right splits, the split sheets, and then and the publishing, making sure I own the publishing side. I'm credited properly, so if the song gets picked up on TV, or the song may get picked up on radio, whatever case may be, I'm getting paid. Now, most producers don't understand this side of the game, so what ends up happening is you can miss out on a lot of money. So in this series, I'm going to be really breaking down royalties, publishing. And you say, well, Postman, why are you so passionate about this? What do you know about this? Well, ever since 2011, every single quarter, I've gotten a royalty check. And the beautiful thing about that is I don't have to work for it. It just comes in, through all the TV placements that I have, and TV film placements and documentary placements, where my beats is working for me and generating income without me having to physically work. And so that's a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? So the back end is just as important, if not more important, than the front end. And the back end essentially is what can make you millions in this business. So let's say if you produce a track for, a big superstar act, and it goes number one, well, that can be potentially millions of dollars over the span of that song. Over the span of a few years, you could generate millions of dollars on the back end, even though you may only made a small amount on the front end for that particular beat. So you got to understand the back end. Now, most producers that I see don't even have like an ASCAP or a BMI, but they're selling beats. And don't feel bad if that's you, because when I started, I didn't know anything because no one taught me. So my first few years selling beats and everything, I didn't even have an ASCAP or a performance right organization to represent me. I didn't have a BMI, ASCAP, or anything. So I lost out probably on a good amount of money. You know what I mean? Because I just didn't understand. So don't feel bad if you don't, because I didn't understand it either. That's why I'm teaching it to you. And we're going to be breaking some of that stuff down. So in this particular video, just really quickly, I want to just go over what are royalties, just in case you don't know. Royalties are the money that you make on the back end of your beats. So that means money that's paid to you via the sale of the song. Let's say you do a song with somebody and they sell it on iTunes. Well, then you get something called mechanical royalties, and that's paid to you. That's what's owed to you. That's your royalties, your back end, because you produced that beat. Another form of royalties are your syncing royalties. That's where you may get a placement on TV film. Let's say you do a theme song for a TV show, or let's say you get beats placed on a TV show that gets some airplay on a television network like ABC. Well, you're going to get a royalty check, which is called syncing fees or syncing royalties, that you're going to receive based upon how long your track was played on air. So that's another form of royalties. That's you getting paid when your music is published in the public domain, whether it's sold via a song or whether it's put out there and used via radio airplay. And that's another form of royalty. Let's say it's played on the radio. That's what we call performance royalties, and that's you get paid that through your performance rights organization, your PRO, like ASCAP. So every time a song gets played that you produce, you're supposed to be getting paid. Even, and a lot of people know this, even when the artist performs at a concert, you're supposed to get paid. Even when a karaoke band covers it at a bar, you're actually supposed to be getting paid performance royalties even for that. So those are things that a lot of producers don't know. You know, whenever your music is being performed and being used in a public venue, you're supposed to be getting paid. And so that's all royalties are. It's not complicated initially, but it gets more complex as the deeper you go into it. That's why it confuses the hell out of most people and most producers and artists, which is why they end up getting jerked, or you know, they don't get all the money they should get because they didn't really understand how this works. They sign away on bad publishing deals in the beginning of their careers, and they miss out on a lot of money, not knowing that publishing, man, that can be worth a lot of money, because that's the right to go out and publish the record, and like I said, licensing out to other entities like TV, film, radio, etc. So the publishing side of the song is very important as well, and we're going to touch on that. You know, we can't put it all in one video, but we're going to be touching on that through this series. Also, we have a course as well, if you want to just, you know, really go through and go deeper. It's called Catalog to Cash. I'll put the link down in the description. Catalog to Cash is a great, phenomenal course. You need to go if you don't have an ASCAP BMI, if you don't understand copyrights, master recording, royalties, and stuff like that, and you want to get a real in-depth understanding because you want to do this as a career, not just as a hobby, then you want to make sure to check that course out called Catalog to Cash. Thousands of producers have gone through that course and have loved it, and talk about how they've made money on the back end, and royalties, getting TV, film, licensing deals. Also, we talk about selling beats online in there. We talk about different ways of making money, man, turning your beat catalog into cash, because ultimately your catalog of beats, that's where your wealth is at as a music producer. So it's not in a single beat, you know, it's not just in a single beat, I should say. It's in the catalog of music that you own, and those beats are your catalog. And so a lot of producers, again, nobody really talks about this. This is kind of insider secrets, and I'm going to be letting all those insider secrets out on this particular series of videos. So this is just the first one. You know, I can't put all of it in one video, but you definitely want to check the course out as well if you just want to go through it and say, okay, I want to go in depth now. But we'll be releasing videos on different things. So again, royalties, simply put, is the money that your beat or your composition earns over time. You know, it's the money that it earns over time, and that's paid to you over time. So when I say over time, is because, you know, royalties are generally paid out every quarter. You know, sometimes even once a year, depending on the company you're working with. If you're working directly with a company, and that's the agreement. So the royalty is not just music. You know, royalty is also in anything. Like, you can, if you have a business and I sold iPads, you know, and let's say I sold, you know, some type of special invention to, you know, software thing to Apple, and I may get a royalty for every iPad sold, you know, because all the iPads use this special thing. I may get, you know, a 10-cent royalty on every iPad sold, you know. So royalties work in the business world, period. You know, it's the money that you get on the back end for whatever, whether it's something sold, whether it's something used, et cetera, et cetera. So the royalty section of the music production industry is what, you know, a lot of producers don't understand, and it's where you're missing out on a lot of money. You're missing out on a lot of money. So anyways, man, be sure to keep checking. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, subscribe, so that way and share this video. And make sure you share this video and comment. You got to comment, share this video, so that way, and ask questions in the comments, so that way I can answer those for you. But if you want to really, you know, make a lot of money and make money over the long term, you're going to have to understand this stuff. And there's a lot of hidden money as well in the back end that a lot of producers don't know about. So anyways, Live Off Beats, I'm checking out. Again, I'll put the link down there for the course, Catalog to Cash, in case you just want to check it out. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, I'm going to be doing this series. So you got to subscribe so you can get updated on the new videos that we put out. It's all going to be talking about publishing, royalty, and back end. It's going to be talking about the back end of the music industry, not just the front end.